Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Derek, also known as Theo, government contracting, acquisitions, and procurement expert, consultant, and Army veteran. A little more about me. I've spent years inside the federal government serving as a contracting and procurement officer for various agencies, including the U.S. Department of Defense, Department of Homeland Security under FEMA, the Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, as well as the City of Houston Strategic Procurement Division as a division manager. All right, so let's get into this. Now, there's a lot of things that people really don't grasp about government contracting. It's not just about bidding on contracts, okay? Because the real power lies in one, understanding who makes the decisions, and two, understanding how contracts are actually awarded. What do contracting and procurement officers actually do? Well, a better question would be, who holds the power in government contracting? The answer to that is, yep, you guessed it, the contracting officers and procurement officers, because they are the key decision makers, the ones who, one, they shape the procurement policies, setting the compliance and competition standards. Two, they develop the evaluation criteria, deciding what matters most in a bid. Three, they set the competitive range, which means they determine which companies qualify. And four, they actually choose the vendors, which means they select who gets awarded and who gets their dear loser letters, right? So if you don't understand how they think, what they prioritize, or how they evaluate bids, you are shooting in the dark. But if you speak their language, you know how to position yourself and structure winning proposals so you can secure multi-year government contracts with confidence. So what is government contracting? And the real estate angle most people miss. So when we talk about government contracting, we're really talking about government procurement, government acquisitions, and government purchasing. That means the government acquires supplies, equipment, services, and yes, real estate. But here's something most people don't realize. The government doesn't necessarily want to own buildings. They want to lease yours. And that's huge because that's where real estate professionals, commercial developers, investors, and so on and so forth come in. And every year, the government leases billions of dollars in commercial office space, housing facilities, and specialized properties. More than 275 million square feet leased annually. Most people talking about government contracting don't even understand this side of the business. But at Sky Acquisitions and Sky Project Management of Houston, Texas, we do. We bridge that gap between real estate, government procurement, and federal leasing. How Sky Acquisitions helps businesses, investors, and developers. Here's where Sky Acquisitions stand apart. We don't just help companies win contracts. We help real estate professionals, developers, and investors bridge the gap between government procurement and commercial real estate. So if you own a commercial building, we help lease it to the government for long-term stable revenue. If you're looking to acquire a property, we structure deals that align with federal leasing policies and priorities. If you want to repurpose a property, the government needs space for veterans, active duty troops, and workforce expansion, amongst a lot of things, right? And most of you, as businesses, developers, investors, and brokers, don't realize that the government agencies are actually seeking spaces that you currently have access to. But you have to know how to position yourselves to win those leases, and that's where we come. Veteran housing and our partnership with Vet Mentors LLC. This is our latest bombshell. Beyond commercial office space, there's another urgent need for veteran housing. Through our partnership with Miss Yvette Jones Swanson at Vet Mentors LLC, we're creating turnkey solutions for housing homeless veterans, supporting active duty military, assisting justice-involved individuals transitioning back into society under DOJ. Our team has over 22 years of experience successfully housing 5,000 plus veterans through federally backed programs. And we help repurpose buildings into government-approved housing solutions. We align properties with federal funding streams to ensure long-term leases. We structure deals that serve a real purpose while generating long-term revenue. Most veteran housing programs fail because they're run by administrators who don't understand veterans or federal policy. Well, we do. That's why we ensure full compliance with federal guidelines, including DOJ initiatives. That's a new one that everybody's scared of, but we already have a handle on that. Empathy and efficiency in veteran housing projects, right? Because look, we conducted some quiet interviews with veterans, and a lot of the veterans in those veteran homes are stating that they feel like they got to walk on eggshells, when they need something, because a lot of people doing this whole veteran home thing right now, they're not veterans like us, and they're just in it as a money grab, and it shows. We can come in and teach you how to have a program run with efficiency for veterans by veterans so that you don't have to worry about the word getting to the streets that you have no empathy. It's terrible, especially for me as a veteran. I take that personal. Last but not least, accountability and long-term sustainability. Sky Acquisition's advantage: real estate plus procurement equals win. Most people talk about government contracting, but very few understand how to merge it with federal leasing and real estate acquisition. That's where Sky Acquisitions lead this industry, okay? As a VA certified, SBA verified, service disabled, veteran owned small business, we provide exclusive access to government set-aside contracts, procurement expertise that eliminates the guesswork, and long-term federal leasing and government-backed revenue streams. So whether you're a commercial property owner looking for government tenants, a real estate investor interested in veteran housing projects so that you can have a strengthened portfolio, or just a business owner wanting federal contracts, we got you. We can help you navigate and win in that space. And of course, we added a special segment for institutional investors and private equity firms, the Investors Corner. Partnering with Sky Acquisitions for investors. This is where the real opportunity lies. Most investment strategies rely on market trends and economic shifts, but government-backed leasing is different. Why? Because government tenants don't default. Federal leases are secured long-term and backed by government funds. There's no risk for vacancies, fluctuations, or unreliable tenants. And we handle procurement, compliance, and structuring so you can focus on portfolio growth. And here's the best part. As a service-disabled veteran-owned small business, Sky Acquisitions has access to exclusive government contracts that most investors cannot touch. And by partnering with us through joint venture and other means, you can leverage our status to qualify for those set-aside contracts, opportunities, participate in government-backed real estate projects with long-term lease security and revenue, of course, and receive insider procurement consulting to maximize federal contracting opportunities, because we are former procurement executives, which means we have the scoop on that from a policy aspect. So if you want to know how you can participate, contact us to explore joint venture opportunities and SDVOSB partnerships. By the way, that's Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Small Business for those of you who don't know what SDVOSB is, all right? More details in the description. Finally, about the upcoming series and how to get involved. I'm excited to launch this series. Subscribe and follow to learn step-by-step how to master government contracting. Looking for consulting or training? Info on one-on-one consulting and seminars and corporate training as well is in the description. Interested in investment opportunities? We are here to offer joint venture partnerships for investors in federal leasing. Stay tuned, this is just the beginning.